So the Bloodline is out first. And they start their entrance about 5 minutes into the show after we've had the DX business and introduce the new announcer. And then Roman Reigns first speaks at 9 minutes in. It takes him 4 minutes. I know they're big stars, and I know it's a big entrance, but they're not the only ones. I think that's why this show takes forever, is because they feel like instead of filling 3 hours with action, we'll make everything last longer. But however, this is the top group in the business right now. This is the modern day Four Horsemen. Roman Reigns is great. Paul Heyman's great. Sami Zayn is incredible. He's getting these Sami chants every time he opens his mouth, or even he'll hold his finger up like, "May I speak?" And people, "Oh!" And he's become one of their biggest baby faces as a giant sycophantic suck-up. But at least he's on this show, he's fun to watch, and that's few and far between.
He's fun to watch, and you enjoy the interaction between him and each member of the Bloodline because everyone has a different reaction to him.
And now this week, basically Roman Reigns has given Jey Uso to Sami because he's your problem. And now Sami and Jey hates him, and like you said, the individual interaction between all, and every time that Sami opens his mouth to interrupt Roman Reigns and Heyman goes ballistic. Like, "Are you out of your mind?" And then Roman will say, "Let him talk." "Oh, I'm sorry." But so Jey still doesn't buy Sami or want to be around Sami. But now Roman has dictated that Sami needs to be able to handle Jey's anger issues and blah, blah, blah. But then here comes Riddle. And more bro. Maybe that's why I don't like him so much. Bro, I'm shell-shocked by the bro thing. But he acts so goofy when he challenges Roman. And I was afraid Roman was going to accept. Thankfully, he blew him off like a fucking goof and said, nah. But then he asked, "Well, give me one of the Bloodline, bro." And so Jey offers Sami. And, of course, it does get bogged down a bit, but finally Jey goads Sami Zayn into accepting a match with Riddle for later on in the program. So, again, at least they're doing something that ties in later on with somebody that the people are halfway interested in. And I know people are interested in Riddle. I'm just not one of them. He just acts, it's not endearing, goofy, like Rick Steiner in Mid-South. It's just a person acting goofy for no apparent reason.
You know what would help him, and I think it hurts him, and I understand why they have everyone in their wrestling outfits the entire show, just in case a brawl breaks out in the back or something. But I think if Riddle actually was out there in street clothes, talking and acting the way he does, it would make it more palatable. But he comes out there in his shiny, faux leather outfit. I think that's the thing. If he talked the same way he did but was wearing actual clothes that real people wear, it would make it seem more real. Instead, it just seems like he's doing his little performance and he's going to run in the back. I agree with you. I hate that whole thing about him. I like him in the ring when I've actually seen him have a good physical match, but it did work here, him playing off the Bloodline.
Yeah, just the scooter and Anyway,
what do you think of the stuff?
Again,
I was going to say, what do you think of the stuff with Jey Uso?
Oh, that's tremendous. Again, everybody has a different way of processing Sami Zayn, and Sami is being brilliant at doing this, which is why that he's getting over like this in the group. And the fact that Jimmy's just kind of, laid back and, whatever, but Jey is the one that's adamantly against Sami, but he's doing it for legitimate reasons because he can see and he knows that Sami is a suck up, and Roman realizes that also, but he's going to use Sami. But Jey just doesn't want to tolerate him. They put a lot of thought into this and the way everybody interacts. So, again, strong point of the show, but by the time we got the first in-ring interview and the challenge for the main event out of the way, we're 20 minutes into the program. It's just a lot of this stuff is stuff that could move quicker but then the problem is, do they have enough talent? If they actually had, room for more matches and more guys to be exposed instead of people being out there for 30 minutes. Do they have enough talent to fill it up? It's a shame that the biggest promotion in the world might not.
It's weird how much more live it feels on Raw with the Bloodline than it does on SmackDown. Even though it's supposed to be live, it feels taped every week. Am I the only one who feels that? Like, it felt more lively on Raw.
Well, they have more time. And here's the thing. If they're trying to do the same show on Friday on SmackDown in 2 hours as they do on Raw in 3 hours, SmackDown's going to have to move a little quicker. Whereas Raw, especially these guys are doing these live interviews and the people that can talk, they know that the pressure's not on them, especially if they're out first. So the bloodline goes over a little bit. They're probably not concerned about that on a 3-hour program. But it just... same format, and it takes a long time for anything on Raw to happen.